Most people on the ground are speaking loudly now, and bureaucrats, whether they be in Alice Springs or Darwin or Canberra, they're not listening now. I mean, we had Marion Scrimger on the program earlier this week. She intervened in a domestic violence incident, called the police 5 times in Darwin. They didn't arrive. So, she had the benefit of calling the police commissioner herself. We hear stories, day in, day out, really. An 8-year-old having to flag down an ambulance in Alice Springs because his mother was too drunk to look after his baby sister. These are tragedies, absolute tragedies. And then we have a week of politicians talking about the merits of Peter Dutton going to Alice Springs and saying abuse is rampant. What do you make of these debates in and around the Voice at the moment, Noel? Because the failure just isn't in Canberra.
Absolutely, and I believe that, if you've got a problem, say noise, just a simple thing like noise that goes from 10 p.m. at night to 6 a.m. in the morning, the workers can't go to work the next day, the kids are all sleepy at school, but you can't get the police to attend to the noise. Forget about the binge drinking parties and stuff that follow the noise.
Well, Peter Dutton has a point, though.
We need a more responsive... Sorry?
Peter Dutton has a point.
Well, he has a point, but I'd say to Peter, what did you do the last 9 years you were a cabinet minister? Out of the last 26 years since 1996, the LNP were in for 21 of those years. 21 out of 26 years we had a Conservative government. And in the last 10 years, 9 of those 10 years has been a government that Peter Dutton's been a cabinet minister of. Why wasn't he banging the drum in those 9 years? And why haven't we fixed up Alice Springs in the 9 years? It's just a bit disingenuous for him to go out there with Jacinta and bang the drum on Alice Springs when he has had 9 years. In those 21 years of LNP rule, we had the late Dr. Heron as minister, then we had Philip Ruddock, then we had Amanda Vanstone, and then we had, there have been 2 ministers since then.
Yeah. Look, I would say, Noel, that previous Labor governments have failed as well. And I wonder, as you sit here with me today, how you reflect, because you were so close to John Howard, you were close to Tony Abbott, you were kind of the poster leader, if I can put it so crudely, for the Conservatives. Now you're being described as an elite. Yeah.
The best work we did in Cape York Peninsula was with the support of John Howard. We did income management, we did alcohol reform, we did family responsibilities, we did employment. All of those things happened as a result of support from John Howard when he was Prime Minister. And of course, John Howard was the one that started the recognition process in 2007. The big tragedy at this time is that the Liberals should be owning the Voice. This came out of their Prime Minister who kicked the ball off on this. And it's, and not only that, Abbott went to the election with a commitment to recognition, as did Turnbull and as did Morrison. How did we get to this situation where they are disowning their own policy and their own commitment, and they've given it all over to Labor? We actually got this ball rolling with a Conservative government, and I spent a lot of time working with Conservative leaders to get them to own this. And I think, I was hoping that Morrison was now really at the stage. He had an Indigenous Affairs Minister in Ken Wyatt. We were just about to put the ball down on the try line, and the LNP just didn't do it, and they find themselves now in a position where the new Labor government has picked up the ball, and they've run with it, which of course for advocates like me we're very happy about. But if the true history were known about the development of the voice idea, this was initially a conservative idea.
No longer. Noel Pearson, we will speak again soon. Thanks so much for your time as always.
Please.